What is going on YouTube? Defender PSVR2 here. In this video, I'm excited to bring you my first ever PSVR2 review since the system launched in February. I've been playing a lot of games. I've managed to get 15 platinum so far. My latest platinum was Synapse, which is this game I'm reviewing for y'all right now. Not sure how long this is going to take, but this game is amazing. I'm just going to start by saying that. But let's get into the details. The graphics in this game are beautiful. Inside the headset, as you can see, you got pink and violet with gray coloring. It's an interesting concept of color for the game. Normally, games are, colorful with the rocks and trees and everything. But kind of in the beginning of the game, everything is lifelike. You're on the beach or whatnot. But the graphics in this game are amazing. I was amazed at how much detail and color this game had, such as the trees, the water, and the sand in the game. You can see the individual lines of sand on the ground, and the individual crystals in the rocks and the reflections in the game. This game is very colorful and it pops despite the pink, violet, and gray scale. I found myself mesmerized by the colors of this game. Like I said before, very interesting that the color choice was made, but very glad that it worked out pretty well. I thought I was going to kind of annoy it with the color because, everyone loves color, but it worked out pretty well. So enough of the graphics, on to the positive of this game. There's a lot of positives. The positives are that this game feels amazing with the gunplay physics. I say that because if you played Fracked, you're very familiar of the guns and how they feel. They feel exactly the same in Synapse. I reloaded my gun on a rock. I just showed you the physics of the game. The cover system, able to grab and pull yourself in and out of cover, as you can see that I'm doing right now. The telekinesis in this game works perfectly. An example, as you can see, the highlighted armor on the turret guy's chest. I don't know his name, but you can call him the turret guy. You can pull that to expose the heart in order to do more damage by shooting the fake Iron Man heart he has. So man, I was just, when I figured that out, and it took me a while, as you can see, I'm shooting this guy, and the armor is not, the bullet's not penetrating the armor, but you can pull different enemies and pull armor off. Thought that was really great. The story, in order to get the true story, you have to beat the game 3 times, 3 cycles. There's a skill tree to level up power-ups and weapons, such as, to gain more ammo, to hold more, in your clip, or magazines. Power-ups such as, picking up enemies, more health, stuff like that. That's your skill tree type.
I can feel it.
You have different guns to choose from. The 4 guns in this game are the pistol, submachine gun, your shotgun, and your grenade launcher. You unlock those later on. Once you power up your skill tree of weapons, you'll be able to unlock those using the stuff that you use in order to do different challenges inside the game. Collect different weapon power-ups. They are stronger and stronger telekinesis, for example. You can also level your telekinesis and throughout this runs. Frack cover system, that works perfectly. Another positive. Different enemy types, 4. You have your standard guys, your bombers, who blow themselves up. They're like suicide bombers. They'll run into you. You get close, they'll blow themselves up, cause major damage to you. You have your flyers, enemies that fly in the air. You can grab them and pull them down, shoot them. It's a trick. And the turret guys, which you just seen me defeat, or one of the turret guys, which is almost like the major boss battle. Another positive is different maps that involves you using telekinesis, pulling objects such as elevators and little platforms in order to get from point A to point B. The telekinesis in this game makes you feel unstoppable. I felt like it was another ally. Like a lot of people were saying, "Oh, I need to have another gun in the hand." You can do that. You can do a wood if you want. As I've seen in I haven't tried it for myself personally, but you can do that. For the telekinesis, on the other hand, just picking enemies up, picking boxes up, picking explosives up, and just either throwing them or smashing enemies with them. That works very well. Another positive is a roguelike shooter. You're never going to get the same experience. It's going to be different things that happen depending on your run. Different type of power-ups or perks, as you can say, you can get in the game. Revelations is another positive. There's a thing called revelations, which are challenges that you need in order to get your power-up currency to upload or to unlock different types of skills, such as your weapons or the ability to throw enemies, throw grenades and that sort. It helps keep the game fresh. Revelations help keep the game fresh and game objectives. You can use bomb and boxes to your advantage. The mine hacks, which are like your in-game perks that you get, such as bigger, stronger explosions, or taking less damage from explosions, that sort. You get that each level you complete in your run, and they normally come at the end. And you can even upgrade those. When you first start out, you have one at the end of each, but then you can even upgrade your mine hacks to send out 3 to choose from at the end. They have dual wielding and climbing. I felt the climbing pretty slept on in this game. You can climb almost anything like Spider-Man. I found that to be very helpful, such as if you're on the bottom level of a level that you have to climb up, you can climb up the wall using little hand grips. You can get to higher ground. I also found out you can vault over stuff. It was one of my negatives, but I'm gonna just use it as an early reference. One of the negatives I had in this game is that you can't jump or slide. That would have been sweet to slide. You can't jump, but you can pull yourself over stuff. So I thought that was probably a little hidden feature that I observed from the game that I don't know if anyone else said, because this is my first review. I didn't look at anyone's review. This is my first review going based off my personal preferences, but you can actually vault over stuff. There is a platinum trophy, and I got it. Like I said before, if you're a challenger like me and love, challenges in games and getting trophies, there's a platinum trophy for this game. I think there's 35 total trophies overall. I got all of them. Literally couldn't stop playing this game when I first picked it up. It said perks can help you throughout your run. I don't know if it's called Defensive. I think it's Defiance. Defiance is basically your currency in game. It helps you out throughout the runs. You find a spot where it has like a atom type shape, triangle type shape. It either lets you get health, get more ammo, or you can buy a perk. And you do that by collecting dead enemies, such as this right here. See that? I just collected that. That's basically the Defiance that you use in order to buy your perks, your health, extra health in game, and stuff like that. So there's in-game currency. The headset haptics and adaptive triggers work flawlessly in this game. If you get shot in the head or you get shot, period, your headset vibrates to let you know you're being shot. That felt very good. Front haptics. Also, the adaptive triggers work well with the pistol, submachine gun, the grenade launcher, and the shotgun. It felt very, very good. And Dreams did a really good job on this game with the headset haptics and the adaptive triggers. Eye tracking, of course, you use that to highlight either the boxes or barrels. So the eye tracking works good in this game. It worked surprisingly well. You either use the eye tracking or the hand tracking to pick up boxes. I didn't use the hand tracking, but I will tell you the eye tracking, it worked amazing. So those are all the positives that I had in this game. I do have some negatives, not that many, shouldn't be taken to heart. Some of them are personal, but the first negative I had was no jump or slide in the game, even though jumping for me was used to vault over walls. Like if I'm in a cover system, I can pull myself up and get over the wall. I use that as my jumping mechanic. The telekinesis is one of the negatives, personal opinion. You know, I've had to collect or try to grab mini boxes and run with it to, you know, use as cover. That was very difficult for me. I actually had to just put the box down and try to progress, try to do some run and gun type stuff. That's very difficult for me to do. The box was sometimes going too far in front of me, or the box would be too close, or I could sometimes see through the box, which also ordered me to get shot. So, wish that was kind of a little bit more sharper, but not a big deal because the cover system works very well with other objects I try to get behind to protect myself from bullets. The increased difficulty after completing the game, like I said before, you're able to complete the game 3 times in order to get the true ending. They say there was an increase in difficulty, but I don't know if I was just really good at the game, not to brag or nothing, but I don't know if I was just really good in the game or had certain perks that I was able to, you know, use to make me stronger. But the increased difficulty for me didn't really feel like it was increased difficulty. It made the game more fun. It felt a little bit harder. I did die a couple times, but kind of didn't feel any difference to me. I just don't know if the increased difficulty is like harder death for me because I did have my health maxed out all the way. So I didn't really die as much, but I died a couple times. And or was it the fact that it just had more enemies in these increased difficulty you know, runs, or what it was? But for me personally, the increased difficulty didn't feel like it was increased. They just had more, you know, they had more enemies or harder enemies, such as more turn guys and stuff like that. Oh man, I blew that guy up. The barrel was my favorite, just throwing it. Also in the game, as you can see, I'm moving stuff further and closer away. You have advanced telekinesis, which is a perk that lets you move it manually either closer or further away. So if you're wondering how to do that, it's a perk. But another negative is the short game, but a lot of fun for what the game offers. For me, my fastest run in this game from start to finish was 46 minutes. And I think my longest one was an hour and close to maybe 2 hours, I believe, that I saw. But I completed the game. Main reason why I was able to complete the game so fast, I used the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher is deadly in this game. It's a very powerful weapon. Sometimes I feel like the grenade launcher is too overpowered, or you know, you have too much ammo for the grenade launcher. The other weapons I had was a little bit more, you know, harder for me to get through it because the bullets went out. But you know, running through with a grenade launcher, I was able to just blow stuff up. It was fun, but it made the game a little bit more easier. Another thing is, I wish the game had more enemies. The enemies that this game have, they're okay, they're challenging, but it was just the same 4 enemy types. You know, regular guys that shoot you, bombers, the flyers, and the big turn guys. And that's really all I have for the negatives. It's not that much, despite all the personal stuff. You know, a couple negatives that I had.